healers come in all shapes and sizes.
Yes, they do. In fact, healing energy sometimes arrives on 4 paws instead of 2 feet.
That's certainly the case in today's first story, where Judy met some canine helpers who've become an invaluable part of a big city hospital staff.
My name is Jennifer Johnson. I'm a certified child life specialist at Sutter Medical Center, Sacramento. Child life specialists are people that work in hospitals with children that help them cope with hospitalization. My job is to make sure that children understand why they're in the hospital and to really allow them to just be children while they're in an odd environment. So this is Millie. She is kind of my partner at the hospital, and Millie has been working with me for the past 5 years. She can perform commands that your average pet would not be able to do. She was trained to learn about 50 different commands. She doesn't necessarily use all of her service commands. I really use her more for love and affection.
Billy Murdoch is 8 years old, the oldest of 5 boys. He and Millie have become good pals and get to spend time together whenever Billy comes into the hospital to receive chemo treatments.
My favorite thing to do with Millie is pretty much sit down and pet her.
Billy's father Ryan and his grandmother Renee have seen firsthand the benefits of having therapy dogs in the hospital.
As a parent, it's made a big difference to me, and just helping William to feel comfortable, feel at home, and just sometimes he doesn't feel like talking, so it's just nice to be able for him to relax with somebody that doesn't expect him to talk or to want to listen to his lungs or whatever, and just kind of hang out.
Millie is as she is and can be as therapeutic as she is because of Jennifer. Jennifer and Millie are a real good team together. So it's not just a dog running in the hospital, it's a very well-developed program.
The program at Sutter Medical Center involves 3 highly trained labs who are actually considered employees of the hospital.
We know that animals can have a really healing effect on people, especially dogs.
Dr. Maxine Barish-Reedon is co-medical director of Sutter's Integrative Medicine program in downtown Sacramento.
We have found that when we bring animals into the hospital, for both adults and children, that it can be a way to help people to reduce stress, anxiety, pain. It sometimes can help kids get through procedures, especially painful procedures that they may have to go through in the hospital.
We have some children that have to have leg shots done 3 times a week, and we'll have the children request, can Millie lay across my legs so I don't forget to hold still? Because if Millie's there, I'm not going to kick because I would never hurt her.
Hazel, jump! Oh, down. So on a daily basis, some of the things that Hazel can do is walk children after surgery. She helps give incentive to children to kind of get up out of bed and go for that first walk after they've had to go through whatever type of surgery they've had. We assist physical therapists sometimes or occupational therapists in the therapies they're doing with the patient. It could be that they want them to use their arms more, so we can put the dog on a release and have the child throw the ball, and the dogs can chase after, the ball in the hall. And then the kids also get to see that they're regular dogs too that like to play and run around and get wild. Oftentimes it's doing just this, which is laying in bed with kids and making them feel a little bit more comfortable, providing some type of distraction so they're not focused on, what it is that they're in the hospital for.
We have children that come in for maybe a one-night stay for just maybe a pneumonia, or maybe they have to have an appendectomy and they only stay a few nights. And so for those children, it seems to be a lot of pleasure in just seeing the dogs and isn't this neat and how fun. But we also see the extreme with children that are here for many, many months for long-term illnesses like maybe cancer or cystic fibrosis or other long-term illnesses that really prevent them from being at home very much. And so for those children, the dogs play a very different role for them. They really become a part of their daily routine. It gives them really just some joy throughout their day that sometimes humans just can't bring to kids. Sometimes we'll hear, gosh, that is the first time I've seen my child smile today, and it will be because the dog merely walked into the room.
We consider Any therapy not traditionally taught in medical school as an alternative or a complementary therapy. So pet therapy kind of falls into that. It's not something that we're routinely trained in medical school. You know, you don't get your own dog and go to see your patients with a dog. These kinds of things can sometimes help to reduce the need for pain medication because people are more relaxed. So it's great to see that we're bringing this type of thing into the hospital now.
Claire Hales, an 8-year-old heart patient, has been assigned a gentle black Labrador named Greta as her canine companion at the hospital.
Probably the first time we met Greta, Claire was in the ICU, and she had a lot of stuff going on, and Greta just came and visited her and came up and snuggled with her in the bed.
You know, it's not just medicine nowadays that people need to heal. There's really so much more to it. And just having a dog by your side, it brings so much more life to our unit, to our staff, and to the patients and the families.
I think that it's been very, very trying on our family, but I think that a lot of blessings have come from it as well. I think that that it makes us closer. We really have to rely on each other, and we've had a lot of friends and family helping us out, and there's a lot of good that comes from it as well.
And one of those good things for children like Claire, Billy, and Kayla is knowing that when they needed help, friends like Greta, Hazel, and Millie showed up for them. Even though I was there all day with Millie, Greta, and Hazel, every time I see that story, I'm really touched. They do such magical things with those children.
What a fantastic program. Do other hospitals across the country have something similar to that?
Not so much. You know, we weren't able to determine that, but the people in Sacramento say that they get a lot of calls from other cities, you know, asking about the program. So maybe soon.
Oh, that's great. Well, you and I both love dogs, but those three seem very, very special.
Oh, they were. Greta, Millie, and Hazel were trained by an organization called Canine Companions for Independence. But in addition to their training, I did have a sense that they know what they're doing and that they're doing something special with those kids.
Well, just watching them, I got a sense of that as well, and I don't think that's something they've been taught.
No, I don't think so.